Tonight, we are getting a sobering look at America and California's treatment of African Americans, courtesy of a study on reparations released today.
So we first told you about this reparations task force when Governor Newsom signed legislation creating the team back in 2020. NBC7's Omari Fleming is taking a look at what the report says and how these reparations might shape up.
So this report revealed that 400 years of discrimination created an enormous and persistent wealth gap between blacks and whites. So one of the ways to solve that, reparations like free tuition and also low interest home loans to help level the playing field. The nearly 500-page interim reparations report released Wednesday, applauded by Dr. Adisa Alkubalan. The professor of Africana Studies at San Diego State University is a longtime advocate for reparations.
It is a wonderful start.
The just-released report highlights the ongoing impact slavery has had on African Americans, specifically California's role.
California did not enter the Union as a slave state in 1850. It was plenty complicit with the institution of slavery, even passing fugitive slave laws.
Dr. Alkubalan says reparations aren't just about slavery, they're about the discrimination as well as racial and segregation laws that lingered for African Americans decades after slavery, leading to mass incarceration, education disparities, and housing discrimination to this day that makes it tough to obtain the home ownership dream.
Whether we're talking about the historic redlining that happens in California and in other places, and when African Americans are routinely, denied mortgage loans, or if they do receive, loans, it's at a extremely high interest rate.
Hoping to affect structural change, some of the report's suggestions include state subsidized mortgage programs to guarantee low rates for African Americans. The task force also suggesting free health care and tuition at California colleges.
The biggest issue we have with this report is really how effective the recommendations and proposals can really help close down a lot of these gaps.
Dr. Wenyuan Wu is Executive Director of San Diego-based Californians for Equal Rights Foundation. The group is focused on merit-based educational advancement and was active in protesting racist remarks made by the San Diego superintendent, as well as diversity, equity, and inclusivity training.
Rather than solving real policy issues in our economy, in our healthcare system, and our criminal justice system, I am concerned that the reparations paradigm perpetuates divisive and counterproductive race-based policy.
Dr. Wu says her organization isn't opposed to reasonable measures based on need, not race, because of concerns that reparations could violate Proposition 209 or the state's constitutional ban on racial preferences. Regardless, supporters say they are needed to repair structural inequalities. Omari Fleming, NBC7.
A final report outlining exactly how much and the number of African Americans in California is expected to come out in a second report due in July of next year. Evanston, Illinois is the first U.S. city to make reparations available to black residents.